Hi, this is Mrs. Kaplenko. In the summer of 2015, I went to the Andes Mountains of Peru to deliver about 200 wheelchairs to 5 different remote towns. Over the course of the week, we spent 30 hours on a bus in order to access these people in towns that looked like this. Many of these recipients have been unable to leave their homes for many years because they either had no wheelchair or their chairs looked something like this. Yes, this is a real chair that I saw on the trip. Here in Huancayo, we assembled the chairs in the town square as people of all ages eagerly waited to begin their new lives. This 96-year-old woman on the left had been using a handmade wooden cane, while the children on the right had been carried their entire years. There were just so many children there just like you. At each town, I proudly wore Windermere Ranch spirit wear so the people would know where the money came from. Last year, our school raised enough money to buy about 21 wheelchairs. On that day, this woman in her 50s really stood out in my mind. Although she spoke Spanish, which I understand very little of, her expressive face, tears, and hugs really showed me what a difference this $150 made to her. Yes, $150 is all it takes to buy one chair. Some wheelchairs we got to deliver to people's homes. This woman was just like you or me until she got hit by a car in 2013. Since then, she had been living in this one-room home with her son and his 5 children. She had to drag herself by her elbows across the floor since her legs no longer worked. Here is her bathroom, toilet, shower. It brought tears to my eyes to know how she'd been living. On the street from her lived a 10-year-old boy named Mateo. Mateo was born with cerebral palsy. This disability was caused by a lack of oxygen at birth. In his front yard was a huge soccer field. In the U.S., emergency C-sections prevent babies from being born with CP. But with the lack of healthcare in remote areas of the world, people that could have been born able to walk around like you or me suffer brain damage and are unable to use their bodies to walk. In Chanchamayo, these 2 boys, ages 14 and 16, had been like you and me. They went to school. When each one of them reached about the age of 10, their bodies started to deteriorate and they could no longer walk. Until they got their wheelchairs, neither of them had been outside of this windowless room in more than 4 years. The smell of urine was so intense that some of us started to cough and gag and had to leave the room. You can also see their kitchen, which was basically one pot outside on some cinder blocks. Their parents had left them, and their aunt had been taking care of them ever since. Now with their wheelchairs, these boys can go outside again. This last home delivery that I show you is a very nice looking home, so you can once again see how unaffordable wheelchairs are in South America. In the U.S., even a homeless person can easily get a wheelchair, but in South America, you may live in a nice home and still not have one. The mother that we saw here had been carrying her 10-year-old daughter around for the last 3 years since something went terribly wrong with a dental surgery, and her daughter had not been able to walk ever since. From Satipo to Tarma to Merced, Windermere Ranch students changed the lives of 21 people last year. The backs of the wheelchairs are labeled with the SRV USD logo to remind them of where the chairs came from. Thank you, Windermere Ranch, and thank you to the wonderful people of Peru. In every town, the people graciously presented us with gifts. Here, they dressed me up as a Quechua native. On my trip, I realized that mobility is something that I typically take for granted. However, the majority of the people that we helped had been able to walk at some point in their lives, and when they couldn't, they didn't have the options that we have here in America to get a wheelchair. Without our help, all these people would still be stuck in their homes today. Because of you, they're able to get to the store, school, church, and even the doctors. Help WRMS change more lives in Ecuador and Bolivia in 2016. Make mobility a reality. Bring your coins and bills to AP this week. Thank you.